Action. Good enough or no? Too long or too short? Too long or too short, dude?
It's up to you, bro.
How many minutes was that?
2.5 minutes.
Oh. I think that's good enough right there. Too short or too long, dude?
Hey, it's your call.
How many minutes?
It's enjoyable.
3 minutes or 2 minutes?
It's another 2.5 minutes.
I think that's good enough.
All right.
All right. Appreciate it.
Back to the general.
All right. I broke a sweat too.
Those are originals?
Yeah, they were. It was more, instrumental pieces. Never played those at all. Unrehearsed.
ENT. One time for entertainment, y'all. ENT, y'all.
All right.
Hold on, right quick. A little technical difference, right? All right. Hey, yo. Environmentalist throughout this wire limitless. Manifest reality on so desired image. Trips to such acquired vengeances within inspired ministers. Blood, sweat, and tears. The artists who inspired citizens of this community. Keep it passionately working with the justice that's down and giving. Your whack up these services. Rough riders can't drag on this lavish witty purpose with the inner flame I just paint. Your passion with me lurking for certain. If you don't understand the game, why continue to play it? No dropping your call if you didn't, why continue to say it? Ain't no need to serve in jeopardy on the menu curated. Keeping the monopoly popping to the venues related. Homage to the underground is wanted for the hunger round profound. And try to test, gotta turn it with the thunder sound. Gotta paint the picture so vividly like some photo shaping. Keep it the inner fire alive is what I show the nation. While many riding till the wheels fall off. Our practice not to have my skill fall off. Can have this deal call off. The game is calling me. She simply to keep this inner flame alive throughout the ENT a chip. While many riding till the wheels fall off. Our practice not to have my skill call off. Can have this deal all off. The game is calling me and she tempts me to keep this inner flame alive throughout the ENT a chip. I'm down on living for the moment while stuck in my prime. No mission so addictive like I feel stuck in the line. Watching for the snakes in the jungle in case they try to step and make it seem so might get ducked in the fun. And so much hate is really bad for your health. So step it up and get your own. Watching my every move is bad for your wealth. You want the mission time to mix the time to status itself. The manifestation that make your show the status itself. Why do this really rockin'? Now be on my notes and see what's really poppin'. In the zone, the studio gangsters versus the really poppin'. With the devoted hustler, you're stopping. Mine is really shocking. Aiming for the target of success is what I'm really copping. You can catch me in my zone, making the whole purpose with the game of life at the speed. See this the chose worship. Having all set through calls that kicking the full service. To continue in the inner flame is what the soul serves. While many ride till the wheels fall off. I practice not to have my skill call off. And have this deal all off. The game is calling me and she tempts me to keep this inner flame alive throughout the ENT. While many ride till the wheels fall off. I practice not to have my skill call off. And have this deal all off. The game is calling me and she tempts me to keep this inner flame alive throughout the ENT. Delta South ENT. Going down, man, I'm stepping ENT in the building. Right. Alright, give it a couple one time. Yeah, let's breathe. Let's breathe one time. So let's breathe one time. Let's breathe one time. That was ENT. It's going down.
All right.
And next up, I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to Marcel.
Right. All right.
Right. Welcome back. So yeah, I'm Marcel Wormsley, aka Mark Phylos. It's my new stage name. I'm feeling very loving tonight, so I'm going to read from my book that I have self-published, In Search of Moonlit Crevices, in 2016. It's being republished this month, right in time for the holidays. So let's go ahead and prepare ourselves to feel the love. Come on in.
Who's that? Come on in.
Hey.
I'm so sorry.
Hey, how you doing now? No problem.
That's the door.
Just about to read, right on time.
Park my car like in the corner in the
Sinead's almost here too.
Alright. So here we go. I'm going to read about 4 or 5 poems, short poems, on the theme of love and romance. First poem is Burgundy Nights. Her breath eludes me. It is alien. Trembling hands glide restlessly through billowing burgundy satin dreams. So soft, so ethereal. They slip from the hand like molten ruby. I'm here, I'm not here. I follow her anxiously into a relentless density of wooded paths, united passions, curiosity ramified into infinite branches of intent, each one rising, falling according to a smile, laughs, Anticipations materialize. She beckons me there deeper. She's familiar with these worlds, already traveled, already there, waiting for the hand, or at least its shadow. Aimless caresses ignite discreet flames, illuminating labyrinthine grottos, decked with playful crevices that glide gently, hands interlocked, her eyes in reposed, satin cries unraveled. Gracing my countenance with delicate unrestraint, I indulge her fury. A small death, all the sweeter, awakens latent streams, flanked by the elan of reckless oblivion. Within her bosom I am immersed in my cause, without qualification, suffocated by the rapture of fleeting remembrances of those foreign nights, as burgundy nights.
Yeah.
Candlelight.
Very nice.
Next is a tribute to all women, because I just love women, and that's about the long and short of it. Sultana of the Sun. I wrote this in 2014 in honor of International Women's Day in March. Sultana of the Sun, light your candles, hold them against your earthly casting until it awakens and begins to melt. Watch it as it seeps into current, separating, coalescing, separating anew. What is the color of a waxen womb that sculpts and molds its own exodus towards atonement? Feel your awareness blossom into a procession of softened flesh, coruscating with the abandoned sway of particles infused with harmonies perpetually reborn. Move with them through darkened moons and pristine sun-swept capes. Nurture them as the dust that scurries along each moistened strand of your sea-silken hair, seeking refuge upon the tender peaks of saturated breasts. Mind the brittle bones of rhythms immemorial. Find your ghosts and careen with them. Render supplication with coffrets of bearing, lubricious gazes, and oblique steps towards dimensionless borders. Unearth the wings you once buried in shame. Scream until your voice coincides with the transcendent cry of the original drifting womb. Meet me where the current ends, and we'll enter it together and bathe in its igneous expulsion. If you are tired, you can rest here upon this tuft of sand. And tomorrow you can fly back through the tunnels your graceful reveries have fashioned, back into the arms of a lotus you once knew, planted while you were asleep by a spry and expectant dawn. Sultana of the Sun.
All right.
I know well that I shouldn't want you. I stifle desire and care with all the fury of a corrupted saint, entreating moments past and future for mercy and atonement. I know that spirits were astir within me with vague intentions. A specter of desire comes to rest on the ridge of your vein where your palm begins to stroke my face. 3 phantasmic little urchins dally precariously with the threshold of my awareness of your presence, threatening to obscure it with 3 shades of dust in the name of perpetual patience, of chaste lullabies forcing rest. I know well that you do not see me. You have never seen me and never will. Save through chipped glass thickened with red wine turned to gel, encrusted with unanswered appeals to tomorrow, using the songs of old, but with your voice charity and clarity arises and makes the flute cry like yesterday. Perhaps at the sight of empty crystalline sparrows, all gathered along the river bend, where I shall want you, where I shall accompany you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you. And the last poem, I Knew You Were There. I knew you were there. I dreamt it one night by the fireside of your bounteous imagination. Your hands only told me so much. when wrapped tightly around the shell of your inconstancy. When it breaks, I will be there to recover the pieces, and I will peer into them and follow every ridge to the end of space. I knew you were not before they noticed. Your song was hastened and in vast disarray. You never finished, but I was there to applaud you and walk you to the pond where you